Welcome into the Purple Room podcast, live from Walk-Ons. It is our last one of the semester. So I'm Patricia Caputo, he's David Bartholomew, and it is only fitting that we have our producer, Adam Gattuso, joining us. And this is actually kind of sad. This is his last ever show.
This is my last ever show.
Adam's graduating in December, so we're so happy you joined us.
I'll be around. I'm not going to announce my commitment just yet. Still working some things out, but I'll probably be around. I'll come check out some more shows. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be on. I know we kind of decided last minute to do this, but this has been such a cool ride.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank Cindy Carter, our advisor, for letting us start this podcast. We kind of started it from nothing, and it's been such a cool ride to get to work with you guys. And I mean, we're at Walk-Ons. We've got sponsors in Tiger TV for the first time. So yeah, it's been a really cool experience.
Gosh, you had to make it so emotional at the beginning. I was going to save it for the end. You
She's
guys
about to start
amazing.
crying.
You know I get emotional at happy things. My goodness. Well, I agree, Adam. I really think this wouldn't have ran the way that it has run without you as producer. So seriously, we're forever grateful for you and just even being here at Walk-Ons and things like that. Really great. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to lie. I will do this at the end. Okay, let's just move on so I can put myself together. I'm from Walk-Ons.
Let's get into the show.
Yeah, let's get into the show. Sorry.
When she started crying the whole episode.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm not going to cry, but I just can't do emotional sappy into the end. So I'm glad that we kind of got that out of the way. Now let's get emotional sappy about football with what's going on, presented by Low and Slow, Real Wood, Real Smoke, Real Barbecue. Now LSU takes on Oklahoma tomorrow night at 6 p.m. What are we thinking, David?
LSU versus Oklahoma. I mean, I'm excited just because it's the last game. You know, I want to see the team end off with a win, obviously. But the season didn't go how they expected it to go, obviously. So to see the Tigers come out last weekend and still put up a fight, still go home with a win, let's just do the same thing. It might be a little tougher because this same Oklahoma that took down Bama, which I wish we could have done that. You watch them, you watch the way they dismantled Bama, and I'm like, why couldn't we do what they did? So let's just hope they don't come in here and spoil the last game for us, spoil a nice senior night.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think Oklahoma just kind of whipped out a whole new offense last week.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to say is if Jackson Arnold scores a rushing touchdown, don't be surprised. If he scores 4, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Man, I hope LSU comes out and wins on senior night, especially if we're losing a lot of these key guys. I know there's been rumors starting to circulate about Mason Taylor, Harold Perkins, Emory Jones all coming back, but if not, this is the last time we're going to see some of these guys who were really, for me, kind of a cornerstone of my experience. I remember covering this signing class coming in and writing live updates of Mason Taylor, the son of Jason Taylor, signing with LSU in the 11th hour of signing day, sitting in the PMAC covering a basketball game, writing about Mason Taylor. So, yeah, it's definitely hopefully going to be a nice send-off for them. It's going to be cold. Hopefully, hopefully not like that Bama game. I don't think we're supposed to get any rain, but
hopefully.
No, I agree with the whole Jason Arnold thing. I mean, he had more rushing yards than he did throwing it. He threw for 68 yards last week, ran for 131. So, yeah, I agree with the whole 4 rushing touchdown things. I would not be surprised. I think it could be similar to what Jalen Milroe did to LSU just a few weeks ago. But I like the odds might be in our favor. All time, they've met 3 times. LSU is 2-1. Last time Oklahoma won was the 1950 Sugar Bowl. But I'm also kind of a realist, and I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma wins. You guys know me. I'm not scared to switch up on my teams.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's going to be cold, what's the go-to? Well, actually, David, you don't even plan, so you might not even have an
David's
answer to
going
this.
in the overalls.
But, what's I was going to say, what's the go-to outfit? Are you bundling up?
For the game?
Yeah.
No, my heart and my passion for LSU football is going to keep me nice and toasty the whole game. So
he's going to move around enough. He's going to stay warm.
That's ridiculous.
I'm going to stay warm. Look,
even if it's 55 at kickoff.
That's not bad. Well, that's decent. And then
it's not bad for
by
New
the time
Jersey.
I'm heated, by the time I'm yelling, I'm moving around, I'm getting pissed off at the refs. I'm gonna be perfectly fine. in just the overalls.
No, that's crazy. Adam, do you have anything? Do you have a go-to?
I'm probably just gonna wear the jeans. Find like a warm shirt to wear. I got like a little wool jacket, so might be breaking that out.
You guys
Might
are
have
crazy.
to break out the cowboy hat. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
But keep the head
Well,
warm.
yeah, that's the problem. The thing is the ears. You really got to keep the ears warm,
Yeah.
and then you're undefeated. You can do everything. So maybe you'll bring a hat, David.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might
Yeah.
bring like a beanie.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
other
I'm
than
gonna be
that,
bundled.
no, I might not even rock that. I might just go overalls and a heart of steel. That's all.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
all I need.
I've learned that comfort is very important at these football games. I bring about 3 snacks, 3 or 4, so I can have a snack a quarter. I gave this kid an orange the other day. He was, I'll just say, he had a rough day, obviously. He was falling asleep. His friends, they were like, he's all right, he's
Gotcha.
all right. Oh, I gave this kid an orange. That kid smiled like no other. He's like, yes, please. And then I didn't see him after. I have no clue where he went. He left the game. He
I'm
didn't make
just
it.
imagining all the security guards checking you coming in.
I
They're
gotta
like they're taking like vapes and alcohol off of people all day. And here comes Trish with her 2 oranges, and they're like, you can't bring these. And she's, the food at the concession stand has seed oils in it. I'm gonna break out. I need my oranges. Just go ahead, whatever.
I thought they were going to say something, and I kind of just stuffed them in my gloves. Because, you have the clear bag. I thought they were going to say something, because as long as the food's sealed, they're fine. So all my other snacks were fine, and the food was sealed. And I thought they were going to be like, you got to throw these out. But they didn't. They let me in with them. And look, only the kid ate one. I didn't even eat one. I got through the night with just my other snacks. Connor Wagner sat by me, and he was making fun of me because I had like my little fruit snacks, and he was like, "What are you eating right now?"
No, you come to the games prepared. Like, I've never thought of bringing snacks.
I
I
have
just
to.
go in there like,
Hey Connor, how much did you pay at the concession stand? What, like $13 for a hamburger
No,
or
I did.
something?
I bought a pretzel because this is the first time I've ever bought anything at LSU games. It's more the principle for me. It's more the fact that I pay to go here, and I'm not gonna buy food at the concession stand.
Tell 'em.
Like, it's more the principle. Like, I agree. I don't want the seed oils, but also it's the principle of saying I have to go and buy a $6 pretzel. I bought a $6 pretzel. It's like my second to last game. I'm getting a little emotional. It was a decent pretzel. But at the same time, I have my snacks, and I don't regret bringing my snacks all the time. I don't like being hungry. My point to that is I don't like being cold either. So I'm coming double pants tomorrow, double socks. I'm going with, I actually wore like the Jordan Maxes last week, and those kept my feet so warm. My friend made fun of me for buying them because I might have got inspiration from his 10-year-old brother, but who cares? They kept my feet warm, and they were purple like LSU colors. And I'm going to have like 10 jackets, sweatshirts, all that.
I might go overalls, open toe sandals.
You're so weird.
Barefoot on the metal bleachers.
Yeah.
No, that's
I gotta be
so-
one with the stadium
No.
for them to truly feel
No.
my essence.
I think my biggest issue is that when I was in high school, I was a baseball manager, and the games were so cold that I never want to feel like that again. So I always have to be bundled up because I don't want to feel that type of torture that I felt.
I will tell you though, freshman year, that UAB LSU versus UAB game.
That was cold.
It was
Only home game I didn't go to. My entire time at
That
LSU,
was
that's the only game I
freezing.
didn't go
that
to.
was a torturous game.
That was the only game I have truly ever frozen. That game.
That game was hard to sit
Yeah,
through.
I did not go to that one.
But my freshman year, I don't know if you went to this one, Adam, but Texas A&M on Thanksgiving
Oh yeah,
weekend.
that was
Crazy.
It was brutal.
But I'll say, not being from Louisiana and how they always say it never rains in Death Valley, I did not realize it was raining until about 15 minutes after it already started raining. And I looked up and I said, oh my gosh, I think it's raining. And it rains sideways in Louisiana and all that. But I had the hat. It does. Haven't you seen it rains, right? It like rains sideways.
I never
especially in the
I never
stadium.
realized that.
But I was with my mom and my sister, and none of us realized it was raining because we had hats on, we had a sweatshirt on, and gloves. Like none of it was touching
I didn't
our
even
skin.
remember it was raining. I just remember it being cold.
Crazy. It was the weird. I do remember being cold, but it was the weirdest thing to me that I was like, wait, it's raining right now, and I don't even feel like I'm getting rained on.
I just remember I went to that game by myself, and because I wanted to sit close, so I got like
Yeah.
good seats by myself. Didn't have to worry about a group. And I remember because it was Coach O's last game,
Right.
and they scored that Jure Jenkins touchdown
Yes.
like right in the corner of the end zone to win it. Perfect ending to the Coach O era.
Yeah. Well,
But
that was the thing. My mom went to that game, and then she went to the Florida game. And I'm telling her the whole week, the whole year, this team's not very good. There's a lot
the
of
Ty
problems.
Davis Price legacy.
Yes,
game.
yes. Oh my goodness, yes. And then she left that Texas A&M game like, Patricia, I don't know what you're talking about. This is team. I don't know why Coach O is getting fired. This team
She
is
was
not that bad.
amazing, Trish.
And I was like, Mom, you came to the 2 Max Johnson legacy game and Ty Davis Price legacy games. And then the next year she came to the Alabama game. And I was like, have you ever witnessed a loss ever? No, you haven't, which is great for her.
She's coming on very good occasions.
Yeah, she comes to the best
Well,
games.
she
but
came to the Bama game this year.
she did, but she didn't get a ticket to the stadium.
Oh, she didn't get in?
No, so she never got. I mean, she still just had
Okay,
fun.
so but then that's what we were saying when we were because your mom came to the podcast
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and we were saying if you're meant to get in, you're gonna find a way in.
Right.
And she's only been to wins.
Yes.
So she
So
just
she
wasn't.
never-
She wasn't
yes.
meant to see LSU lose.
No, I really don't think she's ever seen LSU lose because we went to men's basketball games, women's basketball games, and every time she's been here, they've never lost.
Dude, we gotta get your mom to do like the
BK better
LSU
sign
picks. She has to if she feels LSU's gonna win,
Yeah,
we're about to get
I
it
agree.
done.
BK better sign her.
21-hour
saying.
drive and a blown tire to not get into the blowout rainy loss.
That's like prophetic. That's like prophecy
That's
stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Is
That's
your
like
mom watching?
probably. I don't know.
I'm
Probably.
sorry you had to go through that. But
Yeah,
it was
no.
great meeting you. I'm glad you got to come
Yeah.
to a show in
Good
person.
to see you.
This is actually just a podcast about my mom, guys. We're really just doing it for her, and everyone else is just watching. But actually, let's talk about something that people were very upset about. Not to change the topic, but
Oh yeah.
wins, losses, for some it doesn't matter because what matters most is what LSU is wearing. And they'll be rocking the purple uniforms. I love the purple uniforms, but there were some, I call them like uni crybabies who were very upset that LSU wasn't rocking, I guess, like the regular uniforms.
There's so much crybabies, and everybody in the comments is talking about like tradition, like, oh, LSU's losing all their tradition. Like, there's no tradition anymore in college football. Like, everything is changing. Like, newsflash, players get paid now. Like, things
At least, yeah.
things are drastically different. So come on, it's just a uniform, and apparently, from what I've seen, the seniors chose it. That's a sweet sentiment for the seniors to choose what they're gonna wear their senior game. And look, if you look good, you feel good, you play good. So if the team is saying that they're
Okay,
gonna
Dion.
look good in that, if they're gonna feel good in the alternate uniforms, whatever you want to call them, alternate home away, it don't matter because it's just uniform. We're here for a dub. We got if y'all want the golden helmet so much, we got the golden helmet right here. If y'all want it so
We got
much.
Tim Tebow on it. I mean,
like, but it really doesn't matter, and I think that's just noise. Like, there's gonna be people in fan base that are just irrational about everything, that want to find something to complain about all the time. It's not good for your stress. Like, just leave it alone. Like, who cares about like the uniform? They look
Yeah.
cold, it's clean, and they're gonna ball out. That's all that matters.
yeah.
I think part of it is
Preach.
that LSU's lost in some of these games where they wear the alternate uniforms. Like, if LSU was undefeated
Yeah.
when they wore the purple jerseys, do you think people really care what uniforms they're wearing? You know, like, if you're winning, who cares what you're wearing? But also, I think you brought up my point, which is they've never told us, like, if the players are picking the uniforms every week. So you
Yeah.
can't get mad at, like, Brian Kelly for letting the players wear what they want. But I also think, like, I love the iconic white, yellow. But at the same time, if you have a 12-game season and you wear them 8 times, like, are you really abandoning tradition
right.
because you
Yeah.
wore, like, all white one game, purple jerseys one? Like, you're not abandoning tradition.
Gold unis.
You're
Yeah.
just, like, mixing it up for 2 games every year. But I think
Yeah.
the one thing I think did it is they wore the all whites at Arkansas and then turned around and wore it again at A&M. I think that's what people got
Yeah.
mad about, is that it's been like back to back, and then every other week. Last week we had the yellow jerseys, so like I think people are mad because it's been so often at the back end. But at the same time, like, if you wear the regular ones 7 out of the 12 games, are you really abandoning the traditional uniform?
Yeah, I don't think so. I like the purple uniforms, but I'm also not a lifelong LSU fan. So to me, I could care less. I didn't really love the uniforms last week. They grew on me during the game, but they were yellow. Like, I mean,
Certain people look better than others. Like,
Yeah.
on the TV broadcast, they look better than in person. Like, they're very
Okay.
particular.
yeah, like to me, it's just not gold. I understand. We had didn't argue, but I talked with Nathan about this, and he was like, "Yeah, but Saints gold is different from LSU gold." I understand all of that.
Nathan's in the chat.
Nathan is in the chat, so Nathan, say something if you want to say something. But LSU should be more gold. We talked about it. He pulled up the colors. I don't care. I think that LSU is more yellow than they are gold. And my high school did the same thing. They were maroon and gold. Well, why are we wearing yellow graduation caps? All right, I don't like that stuff. Make it gold. Let's learn colors.
How do you make gold though? I mean, I
this
guess
is like
I see what you're
mustard.
saying.
I want it to be a little gold. I'm not saying change LSU's colors.
Maybe
We're
I'm
too far in
colorblind.
now.
This looks
but
gold enough.
I just feel like it could. I feel like last week could have been more
I feel
gold.
like you have to change the texture too. Like this would be like, maybe I'm
Texture?
just yapping. Maybe I'm rambling, but this is gold enough.
You want like Notre Dame gold?
Yeah, like that's what I think when I think of gold. So, and obviously, look, we're too far in to change anything. I don't have much power here, but that's what I think of when I think of gold. Saints are gold. Notre Dame is gold. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we kind of look like the Pittsburgh Steelers, where with that kind of yellow. Their yellow is a little darker, but that's what I feel. But my point to that is, I don't care. I like the purple. I think the purple's cool. We're a purple school, you know what I mean? Like things like that. I don't believe in superstition, so it doesn't matter. If we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose. You know, if you're gonna blame a jersey on losing, we have bigger problems
Look,
here.
I'll tell you what. Back in the old days, the hard-fought days, you know, when I was playing, when my team was dog water, when we were like the worst team in the city, our coaches let us pick what uniform we're gonna wear, and I tell you
Really?
what, losing sucks, but if you lose and you cold, so you can still take pictures after the game. So
Well, that's what
I
I read
don't know.
on
I'm
Twitter.
just saying. I'm putting it out there.
I saw.
You could be cold out there.
Well, exactly. I think you have a point there that I like the look good, feel good, play good, pay good. You know, that's what Deion Sanders went with, and last time I checked, that man has gotten paid. Have you seen his mansion in Texas? Like, yeah, he's good. All right. So I think that LSU maybe should take a page from his book, just like most athletes should. But there was someone on Twitter who said out that they were a former equipment manager, and that's what they said. They said it's typically that the seniors either chose it or something about how they didn't want to re-decal the helmets, and that the equipment managers just didn't feel like doing that, and possibly that could have been a thing over the break. Like, that seemed to make sense, that Thanksgiving break, they didn't want to re-decal the helmets. People didn't really care, and they said, I don't care, you should be wearing the originals or the OG ones,
They
whatever.
wore these for senior day last year, too.
Right, so that's why I feel like
Oh, yeah.
they're, in my opinion, they're cooler, but I don't care. Like, come
I
at
think
me.
these are one of my favorite uniform
Yeah.
combinations.
I like
like
them
this
better.
one.
I like them better.
I think they're clean.
I agree.
Especially at nighttime in Tiger Stadium. I like how the white helmets be popping with the purple.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it will be cool with the touchdowns and everything, you know, now how the whole stadium lights up with the LED lights and the purple light. I think all of that will be really cool. And again, if the players want that, why would you say no? Like, at this point, again, I don't believe in superstitions. It's not like we're undefeated. What's the point? If Josh Williams says, I want to wear purple, let the kid wear purple. He's been here 6 years.
Maybe we're not critical enough. Maybe the uniforms are trash and we just
No,
don't see
like,
it.
But maybe people just need to find other things to complain about. I really think that's it. Because why are we complaining about things that are dumb? And I don't mean to be mean or go on a social media rampage, but social media has just given everyone a platform just to complain about anything.
Ooh.
Like, I see this all the time on TikTok and stuff. Where, oh, I don't like her wedding dress. Then don't wear the wedding dress. Like, that's great. You know, that's just one example. Like,
Yeah, everybody gives out their opinions. Like, who cares? I
And,
mean,
like-
we're giving out our
like,
opinions.
look,
Who cares?
but like, they're valid. But what I'm saying is, even if we were sitting here like we don't like this, are we gonna tell LSU and tag them and say you should change these uniforms because I feel a certain way?
Yeah, I think everybody who's like getting overly upset, like, you shouldn't lose more than like 30 seconds. Thing like, if you don't like the uniforms, like, oh, they're trash, and
Right.
move on.
Like, don't
But
people have
people are like
jobs?
writing think pieces about like how this is destroying the fabric of what LSU has been built on. I'm like, bro.
You know who seems to like all the alternate uniforms, though? It's the high school recruits who come in and take pictures. They're always in the all whites. They're always in the purple jerseys. So if you want recruits to want to wear your uniforms, if you have, I think LSU has every one of their commitments coming to this game.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
DJ Pickett's
but
definitely
I
coming.
think all
so.
of their commitments are coming to this game and a few flip targets. So if all of these dudes show up and say, I love the white helmets, wear the white helmets when they're here.
Yeah, especially after losing Bryce Underwood and stuff. At this point, you may as well
we
do
don't need to talk about
everything. Yeah, sorry. Losing that guy who
I
is
saw a
friends
meme
with
that
Tom
Dave
Brady.
Portnoy's the new Jerry Jones. I won't touch that one.
You think? I have mixed feelings on Dave, guys.
Don't say his name too much before he started quote
Yeah,
tweeting
actually, he
everything
might
up
sue
in here.
us.
He started sending the Barstool goons at us.
Yeah, he'll
Those
come
guys
after
are
us.
ruthless.
I don't know. He's caught up with Zach Bryan right now, so we might be able to get away with it. There's a lot going on there. So, but I agree. Like, I think if DJ Pickett's going to be there, you lose that random. We don't need a 5-star. And then, yeah, I think that you have to do everything in your capability to say, you can look this cool. That sounds really silly. But also, David, if you were a 17-year-old kid and they're wearing the purple unis that you like, would you be like, yeah, I can't wait to come here? That makes it more exciting.
All the unis are cold. I think the fact that they're able to choose and they have flexibility, that's another selling point to recruits too. Be like, hey, like, you stay here long enough, maybe one day you'll be able to pick what uniforms, like, or you have input on what uniforms you can wear. And small stuff like that will entice kids to, like, who end up coming to LSU to stick
Maybe
along,
DJ
maybe.
Pickett picked him this week.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
Hey, DJ,
maybe they said,
you can
look,
pick it this week.
we
If you want
can't-
DJ Pickett, go ahead.
we
pick
can't
it.
give you 12 mil, but
You
we
bring
can
up a
leave it
good
this.
point, though, about the quarterback that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
But I just heard them say something about me being the producer. Anyway, do you think Brian Kelly put himself on the hot seat by saying LSU is going to bring in the top transfer class? Because if you now they have all this money that was set aside for Bryce Underwood. He already said this year they kind of pieced together the roster so that they could save up to attack the portal for this upcoming season. So I don't know if he was just trying to say, oh yeah, it's a building year. Next year we're going to be aggressive. But at this point, if he isn't aggressive, or if he is aggressive and it falls flat, then he just makes himself look like a fool. I think he put his own job at risk by saying that.
I feel like he's always been confident. Right when he got in here, when Nick Saban was crying a river about playing LSU and that 3-game schedule that we kind of got into this year, Brian Kelly pretty much said that's why I came here, and I came here to win. So I feel like I see both sides, that he's always kind of had that mentality. Has it worked? We'll see. I mean, so far I would say no. Yes, Jaden won a Heisman and all that stuff, but it's not like you've beaten Alabama one time. Let's be realistic here. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think that it does put pressure. That's something you see in a meme. You know what I mean? If he loses to Bama next year, if he maybe loses to Ole Miss or something like that on the road next year, or the recruiting class in general just isn't as well. The defense, right? Are they going to be able to produce? Then that's something that you're going to bring up on a meme page of Brian Kelly saying this and womp womp, that didn't happen. So yes, but I feel like in the SEC, if you don't say that stuff, you lose people. So I think maybe that keeps someone like DJ Pickett and if there was anybody who was even considering to say, oh, wait, he has a plan, at the very least, if it wasn't his plan, reverse psychology. And that's what he's doing right now. If he didn't have this plan and now he just created this plan, reverse psychology. That's been my plan all along, and I knew this. So I could see it going both ways.
Yeah, I think BK's job's already on the hot seat, regardless of whatever he said this year, going into next year. So I think, he's really good at getting ahead of narratives. If the team has a horrible game, he's going to say it we had a bad game. So everybody's telling him, got to use the transfer portal. So he's going to come out and say, don't worry, we're going to use the transfer portal. And if he sticks to that word and they get, the best recruit transfer class, I don't know about that. Mm-hmm. But if we even get just a really solid class, I think that alleviates a lot of the pressure. I just think that regardless of what he does, though, no matter how many transfers he gets, no matter how much solid players you get on paper, it's gonna have to translate, because it's not like we don't have dogs here already. We got some good players that you'd want to see more out of that we didn't see this season. So something from the coach and to the players just isn't meshing. That they're gonna have to find out. That's aside from a transfer portal or recruiting. This is how do I get this team to play how I want them to play. So once they find that out, we're gonna be flying. But get that transfer portal. Nobody's stopping you. We need them good transfers. We need some mercenaries. That's what I'm saying. Some dudes who's ready to come in and attack.
I just think it adds to the narrative is my thing of Brian Kelly doesn't win the big game. Brian Kelly, I would say can't beat Bama, but the one time he did, it was by 2 points in overtime. And if LSU comes back and has another 3 or 4 loss season next year, then that's going to pile on to, like, he comes in, he says he's going to bring in transfers. He can't recruit. He loses a 5-star every class. Like, I think it just piles on to everything that's already stacking up against him at that point.
Yeah, and I think
he's,
go ahead.
he's putting all the chips on the table. He's putting all the money on the line. He's saying, listen, we're going to do it. Because, I mean, that's true. If he doesn't do it, there's a list of reasons people are going to have for why Brian Kelly should no longer be at LSU. So this is his final gamble, I think.
Yeah, I think what also added to that narrative of the historic 3 seasons for him, that always his third season is his best season, it's his best season. So I think a lot of people put emphasis on this season, especially with the tackles are going to be the best, right? You have 2 guards, they're all going to be the best. And then you have Garrett coming in, and people were calling for Jaden Daniels' job a year and a half ago that bring Garrett in. So I think people also expected the team to be better along with Brian Kelly. But at the end of the day, you can't say, hey, Will Campbell, don't get a penalty every game. Same thing with Emory Jones. Like, there's just certain things you can't say, hey, guys, let's be a line that doesn't draw a penalty every time Garrett throws a good pass. And like, hey, Garrett, every single time you throw a pass for 10 yards, let's try not to throw an incompletion after. Certain things like that you can't necessarily predict. So I think it has a little bit to do with both, that I don't think Garrett was as good as everyone expected to be. The line wasn't as good. You don't go into a season saying, all right, Harold Perkins and Jacoby and Guillory are all going to go down, and we're going to have to work through this.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I like about LSU fans, is that they don't care. Like, Joe Burrow could have went down in 2019, and if they didn't win, it was like, look, you have all these other great players. You should still win the Natty. And that's kind of what I like about LSU fans. At the same time, you do have to take that into account a little bit. You lost your best players on defense, and then the players that you thought you had on offense weren't who they were for this season.
Things are always going to be crazy, but if we can retain some of the heavy hitters we got now, like if C.J. Daniels actually comes back, he's a huge help on the offense. Aaron Anderson, he can with another season, he could be.
I'm happy he's breaking out. I've been following him since high school.
Remember what Saban said last year to him? Like,
you're gonna play more here than
he's playing. He's getting his play time. No worry. Kyron might go, but Kyron's one of those dudes, like, who knows?
I think he might be out of eligibility.
Oh, he's
a
out?
5th year.
Oh.
Well, is he that old?
Yeah, I think by the draft he's going to be 24. I could be wrong.
24 years old?
Yeah.
I thought he was our age. He's 24?
Yeah, I thought he was
I mean, that makes sense, because I was reading that he's definitely a senior, so they were saying Josh Williams, him, and Savion Jones. Because I guess Savion Jones is probably out of eligibility.
Yeah,
he's 23 years old?
In December, he'll be 24.
Yeah, he might.
Because he transferred from UL. He was at UL for a couple of years, and this is his 3rd year here.
Oh, yeah. This is his 3rd year.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I think he's a 5th year this year.
Wow.
It'd be nice to see him stick along. Who knows, though?
To your point, though, if like Emory Jones, Mason Taylor, and C.J. Daniels come back, if Harold Perkins comes back, you're losing Kyron Lacey, you're losing Will Campbell, you're losing, I think Jacobian might be out of eligibility, Zy Alexander.
I think Jacobian.
Did you say Savion Jones? I think Savion Jones.
Jacobian's, okay, so you're getting Jacobian back.
Yeah, Jacobian,
Major Burns, I think, is gone. Zy Alexander, I think, is gone.
Yeah.
But, like, that's really it. So
you
don't necessarily need the biggest transfer class. I think he just kind of put it out there that he was going to do it, so now the pressure's on to do it.
Well,
But I think that even with a bad season this year, they have to be early favorites to at least contend in the SEC.
Yeah.
If you're returning, at least 3 of your offensive linemen, you're returning Garrett, you're returning Caden Durham.
Yeah.
You're returning most of your defense. You can have all 3 of the Weeks brothers. You're bringing Harold Perkins back.
Right. You're going to have the
I think next year there's no excuses.
I think the problem is, because did we mention Miles Frazier? I'm pretty sure he's out of eligibility too. Yeah. So, but I think the problem is the narrative of playing freshmen. That's really around college football in general, but we've seen that with Brian Kelly with the younger guys in the defensive back room and all of that. So I think that with Brian Kelly next year, he's going to have to play younger guys unless you go in the transfer portal and give all these guys money. But when you have these recruits that are coming in, why wouldn't you play them? But I feel like we saw that with Caden Durham too, that, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's other stuff going on that I don't know about, but if it took until last week for finally them to say, all right, Josh, you're not going to start. Caden, you are going to start, who I think was very deserving of that for the last few weeks. And then it helped Josh Williams to say, oh, I'm upset. I'm mad. I just got benched for a freshman. And then, he had 2 or 3 touchdowns last week. So I think that helps. But also I think Brian Kelly's going to have to end this narrative that's been around college football for years, reasonably so, but it has changed throughout the years because of NIL and the transfer portal. You're going to have to play some freshmen, probably if you want to keep your job.
That's the one thing I like about BK, that he's not scared to play freshmen. I just think if you're going to play freshmen, they got to be ready.
Yeah.
They got to be ready, especially because you have the transfer portal now. Like, if you have a position that you're in and it's young and you're not sure about the young talent, if they could go in immediately, that's what the portal's there for, to get those seasoned guys who come in and play instantly, have them young guys have somebody to watch behind, and then, around that Thanksgiving mark is when you start putting more freshmen in. So definitely the narrative around freshmen playing college ball is changing. Just look at the receivers. Ohio State's, what's his name, Jeremiah Smith. Alabama's Ryan Williams. 2 17-year-olds, I'm pretty sure, that are balling out. Countless freshman defensive guys are stepping up. They feeding the kids different, which we might have to. We don't have time to talk about the baby, but these kids be like 6'9", and high school they be like 225 wide receivers coming out. So it's get those freshmen.
I just saw a tweet about a kid who committed to Ohio State at tight end. He's a junior in high school. He's 6'4", 220, and he's like pretty built too.
What?
And like, as somebody who is short and not built, like I was thinking like, I couldn't imagine like walking into geometry at 6'4", 220, just like jacked.
Like bigger than your teacher.
It's like, are you a threat?
What do you do when that kid don't care no more? Like you try to teach a geometry class, it's like, I don't care.
But I feel like Baby Gronk would do something like that. He's not that big and stuff, and he's a kid, but I feel like that's how I see him in high school, being like, I'm Baby Gronk, I don't care. You know what I mean? But I don't know, because when I was in high school, I feel like everyone was so little. Like, when I see football players now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a little baby. Like, seeing...
I feel like humans in general are trending smaller.
Oh, yeah. You think? You think not bigger?
Yeah, I feel like there's always going to be that one football player that's massive. You're going to have to get his, like, documentation before every game.
I am 12.
But, like, I feel like... Again, as someone who is short, I started noticing a lot of people, like when I was a senior in high school, a lot of the incoming freshmen were a lot smaller than me.
True. That's so true.
I was like, there's no way, like, you're 14.
Maybe it's like a growth spurt. Well, they do say that guys, it takes longer for them to kind of burst and stuff like that, right? So
maybe it's the seed oils.
Maybe it is the seed oil.
Hey, don't let me go down that path because... No, I'm kidding. Kinda. Anyway. But, no, I have seen that, though. And I do feel like when guys come in as freshmen, they're smaller. I mean, that runs in my family, too, that my cousins are always really little, and then all of a sudden you see them again, and you're like, bro, you're 17, and you're kind of big now. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like I've seen that in high schoolers, too. But I don't know, because now I see these kids, and I'm like, you're a child. I don't know. Like, when I see these recruits come in, I'm like, you're a baby. And I'm just, like, that guy who decommitted, when I saw a picture of him, I was like, oh my gosh, he's just a kid. You know? I don't know.
The 4-star Edge?
No, the 5-star kid. Who...
Oh, you're talking about the 5-star
Yeah, when I
kid,
saw him when, he went to Alabama game and was like, I'm still here. I saw a picture of him and I was like, this kid's a baby. So that's why I feel like I have to have compassion and maybe not do what the guy did last week when he was here and just say how much he obviously loved that guy. And I have to be like, this is a kid. I can't be that mean to him.
That's the hardest part about graduating, is realizing that I'm about to be the guy who's yelling at the kids who are like 10 years younger than me.
Catch the ball!
Yeah, no, like, why'd you drop that, getting upset, all that. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. Because you can't, there's no way, like, you don't look up to these guys anymore. They're just children.
Like, I realize I'm 21. Like, I'm not old by any means.
No.
But like, think about like kids who are born in 2010 are in high school now. Yeah. Like stuff like that.
Guys, I was on TikTok this morning and there are these kids. So Hurricane Sandy happened back home in 2012 and there's this iconic picture of the roller coasters in the ocean. Well, these kids are commenting, I was 2 when Hurricane Sandy happened. I was 3 when and I was like, what? it took me a minute to process. And, then there's these chronicling online people who are fighting them and who are like, go outside and play. You should be on TikTok if you were 2 when this happened. And they were like, I'm in middle school or I'm in high school. And I was like, what?
Yeah. The early
2012?
2000s is the new 90s.
Well, yeah, actually the kid that my sister babysits for said that I can't say LOL anymore. That's not cool. So LOL is not cool. Learn it,
But
live
to
it.
be
love
fair,
it.
LOL died a long time ago. LOL died when I was in middle school.
Oh.
I've started
Well,
texting it
I'm
a little
still
bit
wearing
more,
skinny
but I don't
jeans.
say it like verbally.
Oh, I guess I just usually I don't, but I just said it to him one time and he made fun of me. But I still wear skinny jeans. So the trends, oh well, I am the trend, okay? Axel Earl was wearing skinny jeans the other day. She took a page out of my book because I never stopped wearing skinny jeans. Anyway, this isn't about jeans.
David, do you have any more like new slang that you have to teach us? I know we did that like over the summer.
He did.
Are there any fall or winter terms I have to know?
Let me think. I don't think the slang is updated yet, or
Yeah.
I might be out of the loop with Gen Alpha because they got a lot of the terms. I know the newest one recently was the I Understand It Now with Lethal Shooter. Like, so there's a TikToker, influencer, content creator, and basketball hooper. His
Yeah.
name is Lethal Shooter. He's automatic from any range, and he just does these insane trick shots where he'll purposely miss the first one. Like, it'll be like shooting a gummy bear from full court into a water bottle while like laying down flat on my back. He'll purposely miss the first one, and he'll be like, I understand it now. And then he'll just bang like 3 in a row. You could call it editing. I refuse to believe it's editing.
I've
I
seen
think
a couple of
he's the
them.
greatest shooter of all time,
Do you-
and we're just witnessing it on TikTok.
Do you believe WWE is real?
Here we go.
I-
Okay.
it's a serious question. I'm just asking. If you
Are
think
you
that's-
gonna call Lethal Shooter fake before you even look at the
No.
video?
I'll look at the video.
It
I'll watch
sounds
the video later.
outlandish, but miracles are true. Miracles happen. This guy can be gifted.
A miracle is not someone throwing a gummy bear into a water bottle. Like,
If it's 1 in a million, I say it's a miracle.
not a miracle.
And he hit it like back to back. I mean, I refuse to believe it's edited because I paused it. I paused millisecond by millisecond. I'm tracking the shadow. I'm tracking a gummy bear coming in. Like,
That's his job.
he's
though.
not like, oh my
If
God.
David put like a fraction of the effort he puts into this stuff into his classes,
That's what I mean. He would probably get an A
yeah,
plus
just
instead of an A.
David's skipping English to watch to break down the shadow of the gummy bear.
I got like a 2-page paper just on like the 10 seconds that I'm pausing. I'm like, right there, I'm doing the math and everything. I'm finding, oh man,
You got the hypotenuse
Yeah.
of the gummy bear.
This is how he procrastinates, though, because he wouldn't get the 2-page paper done if he didn't start at 20 minutes before it was due.
20 minutes is generous. I mean, I'd
Oh,
probably
yeah.
give it like 10 minutes before it's due.
That's insane.
But
Well,
hey, I do some of my best work under pressure. Like 10 minutes is more than enough time for 2 pages. I'm locked in.
you're
just
crazy.
firing
You are
words. I'm like,
crazy. Okay. Well, do you guys know who Socks for One is on YouTube? Well, he's our age. He's 21, Adam. And this kid pretty much, I don't know, like plays video games and all these little kids watch him and all this stuff. So he plays Fortnite. He does all this silly stuff. And I looked up his net worth and I think he's worth a couple million. And I felt really defeated because, the kid my sister was babysitting for was watching this. I'm like, dude, what are you watching at 11 o'clock at night? And here comes Socks for One over here with his $1 million and just playing video games and saying the dumbest stuff to appease 11-year-olds. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why did I go to college? I could have been doing this, and I could have bought a video and done this. And I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm really, really happy for him. But I am a little like, why am I not doing this?
You could always start.
It's too late now. I'm not cool enough now. I needed to start when I was 18 or 19 like he did. Because now he's 21. It's weird. Because if you're like 11 and your parents like, you're watching a 21-year-old guy do this stuff, it's weird. But because he started at 17, 18, he's built the following now. So it's not as weird. He's not a weirdo. This is his only form of income.
So I've heard parents saying like they don't have to buy their kids toys anymore because they just watch other kids play with toys on YouTube.
That's crazy to me. But that's got to hurt their development. Like, we're
yeah,
going to have
for sure.
developmental issues in a few years if we keep going down this path.
I don't know, because I was watching dudes play video games that I couldn't buy. Like, I was watching full-on, like, walkthroughs of like story games. Like before I had Uncharted, for any video game nerds, I watched the whole Uncharted series. I watched Left 4 Dead. So,
But you played sports and did things, and you went
yeah,
outside.
I mean, no, I went outside, but
We didn't have sticky iPad kids.
I didn't have an iPad.
I never
I
had
still
an
don't have
iPad.
an iPad.
I didn't get a computer to my senior year of high school, and I probably wouldn't have if it wasn't COVID. I was just like, I don't have a choice, and it was Christmas, and I was like, I kind of need a computer.
I honestly don't understand the need for tablets. Like, if you have a
No.
laptop and you have a phone, why do you need a middle
No.
size one?
I had a
Tablet.
Kindle. Like, they tricked us with the Kindles. I really think they did because you could read on these things.
All it does is have books on it, and you just get the books on YouTube.
But I was also playing Candy Crush on there, and I was like, I don't know what type of Kindle I got, but I think I got the one after the original Kindle that I was like, oh, that was a cool tablet, though. I don't know where that went.
Tablet, you're not trying to read on it, so they updated it real
I
quick.
tried,
when they
yeah,
realized
I guess
people
that's
were like,
true.
For only
I don't actually wanna
$300 more.
Yeah, that was crazy when you
I
can
could've
literally
went
just
to a
check it out at the
library and just
library.
checked out this book.
That's what I mean. People are like, libraries aren't cool.
There were some
Libraries
people
are
in, like,
cool.
cabanas, like, oh, just tapping the screen to turn the page. Like,
Yes, at the
who
beach.
was that?
All the time at the beach, that's all I see. Yeah, the little, they're 85, 90 years old, and if they're not on the phone, I love beach phone calls, don't get me wrong. But if they're not on the phone, they're reading off that Kindle. So it helps for some people, but not for
Hey.
others.
Georgia
But-
Tech is up 10-0 on
Yeah, that's what I was
Georgia.
Oh my
focused on. I was like,
gosh. Oh, I love to see that. So that pretty much means
Is
that
the
LSU
SEC
's
just
a
bad
shoo-in
this
for
year, or
Oklahoma.
is it that it's so good, it's so competitive?
I don't
SEC's
know.
cooked,
I
but-
don't really I think the problem is maybe it was a little overrated. Maybe people can't handle pressure anymore.
There's a shift in
don't
in
know.
power.
Carson Beck just isn't good.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, okay.
other than
Way
that,
to
like,
keep it simple. Why don't you break it down for us, Adam? We'll do an X's and
I
O's.
want to see next year if the SEC is also having like just these collective struggles as a conference, because the
Right.
SEC is the quote unquote most dominant, most powerful, but
because like
Things will change.
I understand what Lane Kiffin's saying about like strength of schedule. I know he's been whining about that every week when the rankings come out,
He cries
saying
a
like,
lot.
oh well, you can't put Indiana in there and they lost their only hard game, but like. At the end of the day, do you put in a one-loss Indiana, who's also a Power 4 team, or do you put in a 4-loss South Carolina
Right.
because they beat two good teams?
Well,
yeah.
let-
it's
Well, let's talk about this. So, what shocked me earlier in the season was when Washington played Rutgers on a Friday night at Rutgers.
Two playoff hopefuls right there.
My point to that is, despite saying that, why it shocked me is because I'm thinking, I understand coaching changes, players change, all that, but Washington was in the national championship last year.
Their fall off is horrible.
Yeah, fall off's crazy. I mean, Rutgers is horrible. They'll always be horrible. Don't get me started. But my point to that is like, imagine 2019 LSU winning a natty and then having to play a game on a Friday night in 2020. That's insane to me. So, Adam, let's start with you because you're a lifelong LSU fan. Do you think if whoever makes the schedule, the NCAA released that LSU is playing on a Friday, do you think LSU fans would fly with that?
I don't think students would care, honestly. I think, like, for me personally, I really wouldn't mind it because everything that I have to do that week is contained within Monday through Friday, and then I get my Saturday
Yeah.
off. Like, there's some game days where it's like I would just like to have a day off and sit in my
Yeah.
apartment, but I know I'm going to regret staying home if I don't go to this
Yes.
game. So, like, if the game was on Friday and I could just have Saturday to stay at home and sleep or do chores that I have to take care of, I don't mind that. I think a lot of, like, the people who have season tickets and come in from Mississippi or Lafayette when they get off of work on Friday and spend the night in the RV, I think those are the people who are going to be upset. Or, like, if you can't get off of work on a Friday and you aren't able to make it over to the game in time, I think those are the people that are upset, but I really don't think students would care.
True. Well, David, you made a good point about having class and stuff on a Friday.
I don't think any students would go to class because
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't think I
if there's
would.
even remotely like a couple tailgates, if the parade grounds is open for tailgating, nobody's
you think
going to
there's
class.
kids
So
at
bad.
0-11 Kent State telling their professors, but it's Maction on Tuesday night. I got to go to the game. Just to lose like 48-7 to Buffalo.
There's probably a couple kids. Because
I
I tell
would.
you what, I might
I would.
have been one of those kids that was like, dude, I can't come to class today. Like,
I'm not missing a football game. I'm doing whatever. I'll do class remotely.
class is like at like 11:30. The games are like 6.
I was about to say,
Oh, yeah.
kickoff's at 6:30. What's the latest you're going to go to class?
Noon.
Like starting at noon
Well,
or ending
no.
at noon?
I think I'm not trying to like brag on myself, but I am an exception because I don't like missing class. So I'll have like a panic attack about it. So I would probably like if class ends at 6, I'm there. I'm going to class. I'm gonna go to class because I know I'm gonna make it.
That's fair.
I don't need to sit in a like honestly, my least favorite thing has become sitting in the stadium an hour and a half to 2 hours before game day. Well, why do you think I need my snacks? Because I just sit there, like doing nothing. I like calling Baton Rouge is cool, but that happens 15 minutes before kickoff. So that's the worst part. So yeah, if I had class and it ended at 6 and the game was at 6:30, I'm there. Call me in. I'll sit nosebleeds, front row, all the way up top. Oh, we got some LSU fans, Oklahoma fans fighting. I mean,
no, just some friendly
talk.
friendly heckling,
friendly banter.
Yep.
Oh, this Oklahoma guy. He's
Between
not
a-
very
a
confident.
A
LSU.
Sooner visiting
They're having a
walk-ons
good
tonight.
time.
They're all staring at us.
Oh, he said boomer sooner.
Anyway.
Well, all right, fine. What are you even going to class, David?
If game at 6:30, man, that's pretty tough. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff to do that day. I would say I would go to class, but anything past like 11:30, I'm sorry. Like if my
Okay,
class was from
that's
11 to
valid.
11:50, I'd have to leave at like 25. Cause I gotta go. I gotta get right. I gotta get ready for the game.
What do you have to get ready
Okay,
for?
but fair point here, though. You live within walking distance of the stadium.
Correct.
David has to, like, if he's going to go
Correct.
home and change into the stripes, he's got to drive home, come back and sit
Yeah.
in traffic.
I
do what he's
got
gotta do.
to.
You
put
gotta
the
wear
stripes on.
you gotta wear the stripes to class
course.
though.
Oh, I could wear it to class, and then. So maybe 12. I'll say after 12, I ain't going to class no more because the game is at 6. I gotta find my boys, and we gotta go hit a couple tailgates. We gotta relax. We
do
gotta get
it.
some food before. You gotta eat before you get to the stadium. The
Oh, yeah.
snack method is smart.
Oh no, I eat before
I
too.
don't do the snack method. I might have to use that, but gotta get that Canes before,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
get some walk-ons. Come to walk-ons.
Yeah, I want to preface. I eat before. I need 5 to 6 meals a day. So that whole that 4 hours is a lot for me not to have a meal in
Trish is
between.
bulking.
Hence the
Dude,
reason I
it's
need the
lit.
snacks. Like there is no, oh, did you eat today? Yeah. Like I eat 5 to 6. Like again, I need 5 to 6 to function. So that's why I need the snacks. Because those 4 hours, I would probably have another meal in between, which I'm missing out on. Hence the gummy bear, or not the gummy bears, but the fruit snacks. The fruit snacks. You're
All
good.
right. Let's keep the food talk going. We got a lot of Oklahoma fans in here today. I'm guessing they came down with the long weekend for Thanksgiving. Before we get full on Christmas, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Had some good food. I hope y'all had some good food.
Oh yeah.
We're going to do a draft. We're going to
Okay.
go snake draft. We're going to start with Patricia. We're going to draft sides. I think turkey is kind of a given, so we're going to leave
Yeah.
turkey out of it. Do we want to include desserts in our draft, just so we know going in?
Can that be a bonus? Or no?
Let's go 2 sides and a dessert.
All right. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
good with that.
So it'll go Trish, David, me, David, Trish, and then we'll go dessert back down.
Okay.
All right. You want to start us off?
Sure. Yeah. Can I? Is it any order? Does the order matter?
What you mean?
Like, are we going 3, 2, 1, like top to bottom, or is it just
Oh,
like
you're
the
picking
best?
one.
You
So
gotta
you're
draft.
picking your best.
Pick
Oh,
your
I'm picking my best.
You're picking
This
one.
This is the
Oh,
draft.
okay.
And then
all right.
David's going one,
All right.
I'm going one.
The best, not
You
even.
gotta play the NFL draft.
It's not even
song
a
or the
fight in
NBA
this.
Draft audio.
The best is stuffing. I'm going stuffing all the way. I love
just
stuffing.
like regular stuffing, traditional, like any like.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever has the least stuff in it. Sure. No pun intended.
Okay, you let me.
There's
Honestly,
different variations. Like you got a cornbread stuffing.
Oh
like,
no,
you know
I
what
don't
mean?
do that. Just make the regular stuffing. My sister was looking it up, and she said it's pretty much just wet bread. Sure, give me the wet bread with I don't know. Sometimes maybe there's corn in it or something. I don't know if it's cornbread. Whatever, just give me stuffing. I'm fine with whatever.
wow, you let me. I thought I was a little nervous. I was gonna get my first the pick that I wanted, but I'm gonna have to take mac and cheese. I mean, I don't
Saw that
care who
coming
it
from a
is.
mile
Like,
away.
I've never had that at a Thanksgiving. I know, but I have been to 3 different people's houses for Thanksgiving in the last 3 years, and they don't have mac and cheese either.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? But okay, can I give my 2 cents on Thanksgiving real quick? I know mac and cheese is a staple. Wait, my
Lock
point
in,
is this.
David.
No, wait, my sister.
Let me switch to just Trish. There
What
we
you
go.
about to say?
My sister
Look
and
into
I
the
were
camera.
talking about this last night. My thing with Thanksgiving is that I want to eat things that I don't have every day. My family does not come home on a random Wednesday and say, we're going to bake a turkey tonight. Same thing with stuffing. My sister does not. My sister's the cook in the family. She does not say, hey guys, what do you want for dinner? And she goes, I was thinking about making stuffing as a side. My problem is with mac and cheese, you can make that anytime. And you can have that on other than Thanksgiving. So that's why it can't be in my top 3, not just because I don't have it, but because you can have it anytime and make it easily, unlike things like stuffing and a turkey.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even going to stay on that because
You can.
that's my first round pick, and you disrespecting
That's
right in front of
fine.
the general manager
you-
who picked up mac and cheese.
You gotta go mac and cheese on the first plate because everybody's
course.
getting a nice serving. You gotta get it first.
You gotta get the mac
Not
and
me.
cheese first. That's the first thing that goes. The turkey gonna be there. The turkey.
You know,
There's enough turkey for
every single
everybody.
one of those Thanksgivings has had mac and cheese. You just got there after the first round. The whole
That's what I'm
pan was
saying.
No,
gone.
they haven't. They really haven't. Guys, I was just talking about this last night about how shocked I was that I spent Thanksgiving with so many different people and none of them have had mac and cheese. Like, my family never had mac and cheese and they haven't either. It's the weirdest thing. Us non-mac and cheesers attract each other.
Hey man, listen. I'm in shock. I thought
You know
everybody
it's
loves
bad
mac
when-
and cheese. I didn't know.
It's
I
not
didn't know
that
we
I
had
don't
mac
like
and
it.
cheese haters.
It's
But
not that I don't like it.
you know, Adam, the clock is yours.
Okay, sorry. Just one thing, last thing I'll say is, you know it's bad when David goes, amen. Go.
Yeah, I'm out of words.
When David doesn't have words, it's bad. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm pretty happy with how the board fell. I knew mac and cheese was gonna be gone at some point before me. My first pick is like a controversial one. I'm going green bean casserole, and the reason for that is there was one year that I had like a stomach bug for Thanksgiving, and I had never had green bean casserole before. I always thought it was disgusting, and it was the only thing I could eat and not like. You know, I could keep it down.
Interesting.
I don't want to say anything too gross while we're talking about food, but it was the only thing I could keep down that year. And since then, like, if it's at Thanksgiving, it's one of the first things I'm going to, and you can always get a lot of it because there's always going to
Okay.
be a few people
Yeah.
who don't want it. And I mean, it's green beans, fried onions, and usually cream of mushroom. I hate mushrooms, but I don't mind green bean casserole.
Cream of mushrooms. Good.
So I'm gonna take it. It's probably not a top 3 side. Like if I'm just being straight up, it does not belong in the top 3. But I don't know. I had a cool story for it, so
Yeah.
I'm picking it. My second pick is gonna be a sweet potato casserole, some kind of sweet potatoes, whatever variation. Yesterday, shout out to my girlfriend's family, the Spazzalis. They put pecans on top of it.
Oh.
That was really good. Shout out Mr. Wayne. But also, a lot of people do the marshmallows on top. Sweet potatoes
Yeah.
were an acquired taste for me. I hated them all the way like through high school. Once I got to
Yeah.
college, I loved them.
I still don't really like
But-
them.
I'm going to go green bean casserole and sweet potatoes.
Okay.
All right, I think for my second pick, I'm gonna go cornbread dressing.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I got a pretty good team so far. Mac and cheese, cornbread dressing. I really like it. I think it tastes good. That's one of them things. Like you said, your reasoning for not
Yeah.
liking mac and cheese is the reason why I like cornbread dressing because you're not gonna get it every day. But Thanksgiving, that's a good meal. That's a good side right there. So
Yeah.
nothing else. I'll
Okay.
pass it to you.
Simple man.
I was
Oh,
going
God.
back and forth because I like Brussels sprouts, but again, I call me a weirdo. I don't care. I like Brussels sprouts, roast them, make them crispy, but I do have that a lot. Mashed potatoes, is that not a Thanksgiving thing? Like, to me, it is.
I figured it would get picked somewhere.
Yeah,
That's a side.
but like, no one has had mashed potatoes at the
With
last
or
three
without
Thanksgiving.
gravy.
I think I would like it with gravy now. When I was a kid, I didn't even like mashed potatoes.
I would
so-
say with or without it is Thanksgiving, but I think mashed potatoes with gravy is like
Okay.
a Thanksgiving
with
thing,
gravy.
you know?
Yeah. No,
Like with
'cause-
the turkey
yeah.
gravy.
Right. I
did
think
not
it's a
think
side.
you'd be a gravy fan.
For the longest time, I wasn't, but I've grown up. I'm not a child anymore, and I do like gravy. So, but I'm not going
Ketchup
to go.
next?
No, guys. Every time I eat ketchup now, I think of you guys though, because I have it with fries occasionally, And I'm like, don't text them, don't take any pictures, don't let anybody know because they're going to roast me for it. But
I will say, I understand your logic. When you said Brussels sprouts, it kind of made sense. Like, I eat Brussels sprouts all the time. Like,
I
why
love
would I?
right. So it's like I can
I
give without
understand.
them. But what I'm going with is I'm going with biscuits. And now not the croissants, okay? Because Pillsbury Doughboy, is that what it is, Pillsbury? They're really infamous for Thanksgiving and everything. I don't want the croissants. One time I spent Thanksgiving at my grandma's and we didn't always go there. And I told my dad, I was like, she needs to have the biscuits, so much so that I said I'm going to get the biscuits myself just in case grandma forgets, okay? Because I don't care. I don't want Hawaiian rolls. Hate me for it. I want a biscuit. You know, I want to be able to take 2 biscuits and eat it. If you're not going to make it yourself, it needs to be the Pillsbury ones, not the croissant rolls or whatever they're called. I want the biscuits.
Georgia Tech just scored again.
Oh my gosh.
Georgia.
All right,
What happened?
we got dessert round. Trish, you want to start? We'll keep the snake going.
Okay, I'm so in between because I really like pie now, between apple and pumpkin pie. But I'm going to say, I don't know, but I'm going to say what I went with yesterday. We only had pumpkin pie yesterday. Okay, can I take apple then?
No, take it.
You already took it.
Because I don't know what I like better because, like, I have one and then I'm like, oh, I like the other one better, but then I have the other one. I'm like, no, I like that one better. But I would say pumpkin pie, but it has to be with vanilla ice cream, too.
That sounds good.
It's so good.
You got my pick.
This is me last night, like, my leftovers,
Let me think now.
watching the game.
Second dessert on the draft board, I have to say. I really like pumpkin pie. That's my thing. But
I could take
what's
apple.
like other Thanksgiving desserts?
Apple.
Like, what would y'all consider?
Pecan pie.
Let's just. How about we
I
draft
was-
a pie? We'll draft
Okay,
pie
just a pie?
variations.
Okay,
Just
then
pie.
I will take apple pie.
Yeah.
I am glad you went with apple
Cannot
pie.
have any vanilla ice cream because you took the
Yes.
vanilla ice cream. So I'm gonna mix it up
sorry,
and I'm
my
gonna
bad.
say we're gonna take his sidekick, cookie dough ice cream. And we're gonna put that on
Alright,
top of the apple pie.
That's you get a little chocolate chips in there. That might be good.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big pumpkin pie person. I like pumpkin bread, not a huge pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I do like pumpkin bread.
You took apple. Trish, you mentioned my pick. It's pecan pie.
Okay, that's your favorite.
I probably would have taken it over both anyway.
All right.
If we're going with a topping, y'all already took ice cream. I'll say we'll just go pecan pie with a little dollop of whipped cream on it.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Those are good,
I
but
think we all got good
No, I
franchises.
think those are
I'm not
actually
gonna
good.
lie.
I'm not mad.
I think we did well, and we actually are so different, like in a good way. You know, we didn't
Yeah.
have anything except the pie. We weren't like, oh my gosh, you took, I don't know, what's another thing's yams or whatever.
But
like,
besides you saying what you said about mac and cheese,
I'm sorry.
about my prize player, I'm
So
gonna let it
weird.
slide because our organizations
Oh.
are supposed to
That's okay.
coexist. But
yeah, my
you
friends come
can't be
after
talking.
me
You
for
can't be
it.
talking about my wide receiver one like that.
It's
man.
not that I don't like it. Like if it was there, I would have it, but I've just never had it. It's the weirdest thing. I've never had mac
I
and
think
cheese.
you got
at
the
a
nice. You got
Thanksgiving.
apple pie and mac and cheese. That's a nice little combo.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
is good, David. You might have
Shout
won
out
that.
America.
Wait, yeah, the European mind cannot comprehend
cannot
what we're talking
comprehend
about
this.
right now. But let's talk about Black Friday because Thanksgiving was yesterday. Now it's Black Friday. I feel like Black Friday isn't what it used to be. Even when I went, probably 7 or 8 years ago with my grandma, I was expecting to get slammed into the floor, or like hit in the head, and none of that happened. Which I mean, I guess was good, but a little disappointing. It's just not like how it used to be anymore. Am I wrong?
Trish is looking for chaos.
Well,
when she
I just
go out
thought
on
it was
Black
going to happen
Friday.
because I was like, we have to go out for Black Friday. I'm so excited. Like, I've never been. And did I get boots for $11 that I still have? 100%.
Still.
Also, my grandma worked at JCPenney, so she had like a discount card. So that also helped narrow it down. But, like, yeah, that was great. But I was a little disappointed. I was at the mall, and it wasn't as crazy as I thought. They used to fight over TVs and the Elmo dancing dolls.
Well, this is the age of ordering everything online. Ain't no need to go to the store when
So
you can
boring.
Amazon everything and you getting the same discount, or you could just go on the website of any store you want
Yeah.
and it save you the time of having to actually go there. You know if it's in stock or not, because if it's not in stock, you can't order it. I like Black Friday because everything's cheap, but I never seen none of the fights in person. I didn't even like going out with my family on Black Friday because I remember one year I went with my mom and sister to the mall, and I was legit stuck at the mall for like 15 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like, it was a point where I was like, we got to call the troops in. They got to get me out of here. Like, this was a hostage situation. I needed to be flown out of the mall ASAP. I was like, I was losing my mind.
But did they buy good stuff?
You ask them if they bought good stuff. They're going to tell you, of course they did. We left there with 102 bags, and this will carry 90 of them.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
I made a vow after that. I said, leave me home on Black Friday. Do not ask me to go out. Matter of fact, I go out on Black Friday. I make sure to go to the park with my boys early. So I'm not home when they're like, hey, we're going out.
You got a football game on
Call
Black
me
Friday
when you get to
now?
the store, though.
I said, did you always schedule a football game on Black Friday with your friends or something?
Yeah, we might go to park, play like a little 7-on-7.
Yeah.
Or we might just whatever comes to mind. My friends are just like me, where we don't have a plan for the day. We just we wake up and we figure out what we're gonna do 5 minutes before we do it.
Valid. Adam, do you like Black Friday?
I agree with David that really at this point in my life, it's just because everything's cheaper, which is nice. I've only gone out one time. You mentioned JCPenney. They used to give out coupons on Thanksgiving Day, I think. And it was random. So, like, it was sealed, and you didn't know what you were getting. It could be from $5 to $500. My cousin got a $500 coupon one time from JCPenney. So that was the only time I went, like, at night, midnight, Black Friday shopping. But the problem was that it was like no name brand stuff. Like, you couldn't buy Nike or Adidas or anything. That, like, you couldn't buy kitchenware and appliance. Like, there are all kinds of restrictions. So you're narrowed down to only being able to buy certain things. And then everything's already 70% off for Black Friday. So you're just like grabbing any, like, could I throw this in my kitchen? Sure. Does somebody, like,
you gotta get
who
random
needs
gifts.
a flannel for Christmas? I'm going to buy it right now. So, I mean, I got a couple things. I got a couple, like, nice shirts and stuff that I still have, but it was rough. I think my cousin bought, like, a necklace for a girl that he was dating and then broke up before he gave it to her or something, but...
That's why you get it on Black Friday.
Not saying you got to rewrap gifts, but you could totally give that to a younger cousin in 3 years. I got this necklace and I don't have a gift for their birthday. I'm going to wrap it. Like, still bought it. You still bought it. Like, I'm all for that. But what is one item that you all would fight somebody on Black Friday for if you had to? We go back to the 1990s when things were real, discounts were real, and people cared about getting items for their kids' Christmas. What's one item?
Are
you'd
we
fight
going like
someone for?
legit things that people buy on Black Friday? Like a car is like off limits.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Just anything that you would fight someone for. Let's pretend everything's a deal on Black Friday and you're fighting someone for it.
Somebody missed a kick. Georgia missed a kick to go into halftime.
17-0
Georgia,
at
what's
halftime.
happening right now?
Yeah, Georgia might buy a win. They might fight somebody for a win.
But okay, one thing.
Lane Kiffin's bought a lot of wins this year.
Oh,
I'll leave that at that.
Fire with fire. The
we
fake
might,
tripping.
we might have to clip that. One thing I will fight for would have to be like, it could be anything I want.
Anything you want. Anything you would be willing to fight somebody for.
I would say if I was like at the sports store or like, let's say there was a sign, New York Giants, Odell Beckham Jr. jersey looking right in front of my face. There's another guy about 10 yards that way. I'm 10 yards this way. We're running a full Oklahoma. This is a full nutcracker. Like, I'm running into that guy because I'm going to take the jersey.
Okay.
That's something I would be like, I'm not even going to fight for it. I'm just going to be quicker. I got to take it. I got to get it. I got to box him out and check out.
And then get it. All right. That's valid.
I'm going to say I was trying to think of something just like ridiculously expensive, like a flat screen or like a car or something. But David makes a good point about like autographed memorabilia.
Yeah.
If there was like the one of one Skeens card that's going around, something that I could flip for a lot more money than what you're gonna buy it on Black Friday.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't have like a particular thing, but like some kind of memorabilia that was like, let's say it's worth $20,000 and you're getting it for like 15 on Black Friday, right? And I could turn around and flip that. I'm fighting somebody for that extra $5,000.
Wow, mine's really embarrassing compared to y'all's. Like y'all's. What
is it?
When I was in high school, I really wanted these pair of Jordans. Looking back, I probably wouldn't wear them. I don't even know the name. I literally had to write the name down.
Trish was throwing down in Jersey.
Yeah,
They were Air
What's
Jordan
the
1s.
like Great American Mall? Is
High
that what it is?
Deacon. No.
Wait, is that what y'all got? The Great American Mall in New Jersey?
What's the
no,
one?
the Mall
Yeah,
of...
the American. Yeah, the Mall of. Wait, what?
The one that like they
No, I
took forever
know.
to build and then it caught on fire and it was
Well,
closed
okay,
forever.
the thing it took forever to build is because we ran out of money. And then New Jersey was like, we don't have the money to build this. And then, wait, is it called the Mall? Not the Mall of America. That's in Minnesota.
Oh, my God. What happened,
Wait,
Jersey?
I'm very embarrassed right now. I went my senior year. We went on a field trip, and
Yeah,
it was
that's where,
so
that's
bad.
where you fought somebody for your Jordans.
Wait,
huh?
and that was on my. Wait, no, it's the American
American
Dream Mall.
Dream.
American Dream Mall. Yeah, they
okay.
have the Nickelodeon like water
Yeah.
park too. That actually seems kind of cool. I know I'm 21, but I've got.
Should go.
It seems really cool. But I always wanted these Jordans, and I just didn't know how sneakers worked and everything. They didn't have them in my size and all that, and like you have to, you know how the sneakers work. You got to go online. You have to get them at that moment, and you're not going to get them anyway. You're just going to be disappointed. So yeah, it'd be the Air Jordan 1s, the High Deacon. I like the pink, but I'd like the University blue. I just always thought when I was in middle school I would look so cool in them, and I never got them. But if you ever see them in a 7.5 in women's or 6 in men's, let a girl know, because I feel like I wouldn't want to hurt anyone, but I would definitely tussle over the box.
Okay.
But I feel a little embarrassed now that you
No,
guys
it's
had.
not
Your
embarrassing.
also is like really good. Like it's gonna be a signed jersey. I'm gonna make more money off of it. All this. I'm like, nah, just give me the Jordans. Michael Jordan. Let me. But also, what I would like to do if I became a millionaire, which is a little different, is that I believe Michael Jordan wanted to sell his home in Chicago, and he still has failed to sell it after all of these years. A lot of people said because to customize, he has a basketball court or golf court, it's all Jordan logoed out. He did offer somebody to buy the house and give them every single pair of Jordans ever in their size. If I'm not mistaken, that was at least an offer at one point. And I would do that in a
See,
heartbeat.
I'm selling those. What am I going to do with every pair of
no,
Jordans
that's the thing,
ever?
because
Yeah,
I would
I'm
sell the
gonna
ugly
flip a
ones.
couple.
Like I think,
I'ma keep
is it
some.
the 11s? I think the 11s to me are pretty ugly. I would totally
The 11s?
sell them. I
You
think
gonna
they're
sell
just
the
kinda
11s?
Yeah, you
even
can have them.
like even
I'll
the
give it away for
Chicago
free.
red ones?
Well, no, it depends. It depends.
What
but
about
none
the-
of
You
them are
gotta
ugly.
keep
No,
those.
you mentioned the University blue. Those blue 11s
Yeah,
are nice.
the blue, but like the
Yeah,
all
blue ones
black
are cool,
ones
too.
and all like
the 11 is the
dad
most
ones.
comfortable shoe I've ever worn.
I love the 11s.
I don't think I've ever worn the 11. Well, I think they're ugly, so yeah. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
But no, like I feel like I'd keep a lot of ones. I'd keep,
Yeah.
I'd
ones
keep
are
the
tough.
12s. But see, I don't really love the gray 12s. I like, I don't know. I would keep some of them. I would 5s. I would love a
Trisha
good pair of
sneakerhead.
5. But anyway, yeah, we could go into this all day. But if that offer was ever on the table, I would buy that house in a heartbeat just to get every single pair of shoes, make the money back by selling it. Would I want to live in Chicago? No, not ideally, but whatever. It's Michael
Chicago
Jordan's
slander,
house.
whoa.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not from Chicago. Do I want to live in a decked out Michael Jordan Chicago home with none of my family? I mean,
Me personally,
Probably
I wouldn't.
not.
Just.
but I
If
get
it was
to
a
say it.
LeBron house. then
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
now
yeah,
we talking now.
Akron, Ohio. Here
All right,
comes David. Here goes David with every single pair of LeBrons, selling them.
Okay, I'm very excited.
I'm looking
to
at the
figure out
stream here.
What's next?
Yeah, I was going to say we've been going a little over an hour,
Yeah,
so I
we-
think it's time
Oh, gosh.
for
It's
the
about
big
that
announcement.
time.
We're going to get into No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air. For those of you who don't know, we end the show with this every single week. David and Patricia have been betting, not against each other, but they've been placing bets every single show this entire semester. This week, I took the long weekend to go back and count out the score. And next week, we have a punishment in store. Do y'all want to know what it is ahead of time or
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Yeah, I
I want to
kinda
know
do.
punishment.
Okay, we haven't confirmed yet. I've still got to reach out to some people, have some conversations. But as of now, the loser of No Sweat Bets, in order to get everyone in the Christmas spirit ahead of the holidays, will be going into classes during Dead Week and Christmas caroling.
No, I'm not doing that. I can't singing. I have to sing.
You got a Christmas carol.
No, can I do it in like Tiger
gosh.
TV? I will sing.
We'll keep it in manship.
Okay. I was gonna say, We not going to
You
the
guys
gym
heard me
auditorium.
If you guys heard me sing, trust me, that would be torture for
Look,
everybody
we
in that
were
room.
we were gonna say no music, a cappella, but if it'll get you guys to do it, we'll play some music. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's a punishment.
Yeah, that's true. This is
It's going to be
Consequence.
torture
you
for
got
everyone
to
listening.
bet better if you.
All right.
It's going to be torture for everyone
Okay,
listening. Well, that's
enough.
fine
All
because
right.
I'm winning.
I want
It's
to hear
fine.
this.
So now that you guys know it, we're gonna go through our guest pickers from this season. First of all, our creative director Kaylee went 0 for 1. So whoever loses, maybe she can.
Could she
can
sing
join
with
you.
us? Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if she'll do it with y'all.
She's gonna say no.
Our station manager Rajan is 1 for 2 currently. He put in a future bet for Lamar to win his 3rd MVP.
We'll see.
Caroline Fenton, 0 for 1, picked LSU to beat A&M. I think it's wild. The one person we had on here who talks sports for a living is 0 for 1. Shout out Caroline, though. She's awesome.
Shout out
She's
Caroline.
been a big help on this. Trace Young and Stephen Milam, both 1 for 1. Shout out to them.
They won't be
Now.
caroling.
Breaking even.
We're going off of winning percentage because we don't always have the same number of bets between you guys. David at 8 for 16 is right at 500.
Okay.
Wait, he's 8 for 16 and
Yep,
and
right
what'd
at
you-
500. Patricia, you are at 9 for 20. One bet under 500,
Oh, we feeling good, boys.
which is why both of you get 2 picks. Trish, if you go 2 for 2 and David misses 1, that's a tie, so we're going to have to see what happens. Actually, David will have an even number, so you're not going to be able to go 500. You're either going to be above 500 or below 500. So, big week. I do just want to say before you guys get into your bets, the reason I said in our group chat earlier that someone was going to be very upset as to why they were below 500. If you've watched any of the Purple Room, it's a common trend that we mess with Patricia for not having faith in her teams. You're always disloyal to your teams.
No, you can't do this.
Last week, your last bet was that the New York Giants would
Yeah.
beat your Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving.
Thanks a lot.
So if you stayed loyal to your Cowboys,
Nah, that one time you don't gotta stay loyal.
we would.
It wasn't my fault. Tommy DeVito didn't play. Okay, if he had played, they would have lost.
Hey, it's Drew Lock season.
It doesn't matter. Like Tommy's wrong for
Thank
that.
you for having faith in our organization.
I'm just saying, if you stuck with the Cowboys, we'd be in a tie right now.
I should have made that bet after they played the Commanders, because if I knew they were going to do, I should know the Cowboys better than this, because they always do this stuff. Whatever.
Hey,
Whatever. It's okay.
feeling
Because
good.
I'm
You gotta go 2 for 2 this week. That's all
I'm
that
gonna
matters.
win.
it's nothing much.
Can
Two
we
free
pick
throws.
the
You're at
song?
line.
Can we at least pick the song if we lose?
We'll do 2 songs per class.
Adam.
It could be the same too.
Listen.
Look,
Per
I'm
class?
thinking we only do like 3 class visits.
Adam. I'm not even in that many mass comm classes.
You don't have to do like the entire song, just like the main part that people care about.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
see?
mean?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, David can do that. All right, let's go.
We'll be in there pointing cameras at you. It's not going to be embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
Well,
okay.
Trish, I think it's only right you give your 2 picks.
Okay. On December 1st, LSU women's basketball will play North Carolina Central at 2 p.m. I'm pretty sure it's in the PMAC. There's no shot Flau'jae Johnson and Kim Mulkey are going to let me down. They won't. They're not going to do it. They're going to win. Maybe that's safe, but guess what? It's called no sweat bets for a reason. Because I won't be caroling during my classes. David will be. So LSU will win on December 1st. Coming in at number 2, you questioned my loyalty, and maybe I did send a text to my sister saying that I'm an adopted Penn State fan for the rest of the year. But I think I have reason to. Remember what that kid said in that video that he pays $41,000 to go to this awful, or for this school to be awful at football? I feel like that sometimes. Even if they do go on to beat Oklahoma, I could not risk it tonight because I don't know if LSU will pull through for me. I don't know if they can do that. So I have no other choice but to pick Penn State, who is ranked number 4, that if college football did not expand, they would still be in the playoffs. 10-1. They're not playing Ohio State. They're not playing Michigan. James Franklin, I have the ultimate faith in that man, as long as he's not playing Ohio State or Michigan. They're playing Maryland, who is 4-7 at 2:30 on Saturday. They're going to win, and I'm going to go 2 for 2. And David, I will root for you always in life, except in a moment like this one, where I need you to lose. So I'm hoping that you are not conservative like me, and you take an L.
Trish, wow. All I gotta say is, like, what happened to your fighting spirit? What
I don't
happened
wanna
to
be
that
Carolyn.
dog, that fourth quarter dog? The team needs 3, but you say, nah, I want 7. She don't got that no more. She picked 2, super nice.
It's called no
Probably
sweat
gonna
bets.
happen.
It's called no sweat bets, is it
Listen,
not?
all right, I'm gonna give you 2 bets, and I ain't even gonna sweat about it, cause I'm confident in all my bets.
Cool.
And we can, listen, 2 for 2. Oh, if I go 0 for 2, I'll go Carolyn with pride. But I ain't gonna,
right.
I ain't gonna back down. Look, she already said she has no faith in LSU going
I didn't
into
say
this
that. I said I
weekend.
don't have enough
She
faith for
couldn't
them to
even
win.
Put her last bet on LSU.
Correct. I'm playing it safe. Penn State's a better football team than LSU. You can't deny it.
LSU versus Oklahoma. Maybe the first of many insane games, maybe the start to a hectic rivalry between 2 very passionate fan bases. I'm always ride with the Tigers. They're favored by 6 points. I wouldn't even say this could be a game where you take that 6-point spread. I'd say LSU money line. I'm going to take that. I'm going to slam that because I feel like regardless of how the season went for the boys, regardless of how the season went for the fans, it's senior night. It's Saturday night in Death Valley. You got the boys feeling good, dripped out in that purple and white helmet.
all
And you telling
valid.
me Oklahoma fans, they took
No,
the
I
trip
didn't
here.
say that. I didn't
We
say
got to send them back. We got to send the Sooners back sooner than later, as soon as possible. We got to
Sooner,
let them get
boomer.
home. So
See you later.
I got LSU for that first bet. And for my second bet, Philadelphia Eagles versus Baltimore Ravens.
You are making fun of me out here, and like, come on, those are not bets to sweat about. I'm
Listen.
a little disappointed in you.
At least I'm not picking a 4-7
picking
Maryland
Saquon
versus
Barkley.
the 10-1 Penn State 89.
I'm
Lions.
playing it super safe.
At the end of the day, Eagles, regardless of how anybody feels about them, regardless about how I
hate
personally
this.
feel about the Eagles,
This is ridiculous.
they're
I
a
can't
team
believe you're doing that.
that can manage to escape with the win.
Lamar Jackson can't
Any
beat them.
weekend, they can
not
escape with the win. However, I believe Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback after Patrick Mahomes in the NFL. And I believe the team's been playing good. The team's been playing nice. Lamar Jackson has been doing some spectacular things like he always does. So why would it stop here? Even though I think it will be a pretty good game, they got the line at the Ravens are -3. I'd take that. I would take that line.
Oh, wait,
I
you think the Ravens are going to win?
Yeah.
Oh, he's Carolyn. I'm good.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are
Get
gonna win.
ready to Carol, buddy.
Well, guess what?
Because the Eagles and
We gonna
Saquon
see.
Barkley, Jalen Hurts is not going to let that happen. Woo!
When your
I-
Does
back
that count
is,
as a bet?
No.
No, I think that
I'm
counts
just
as a bet.
saying.
When your
I'm
back
just
is
saying.
against the wall,
The Eagles are not.
you got all these
wait,
people
they're in Baltimore.
chit-chatting and you
Are they
tight.
in Baltimore or are they in Philly?
I don't know where they are.
I don't know
Let's
where
check.
they are either.
But Trish,
Wait, I feel so much better now that you picked Baltimore because I love
Yeah, I'm
Lamar
gonna pick-
Jackson. I think he's a
It's
great
the Eagles
quarterback.
at the
he's
Ravens.
not
They're
beating
in
the Eagles.
Baltimore.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll live with that. Saquon Barkley ran for 255 yards the other week. Bald Sirianni hasn't lost since he shaved his head. Eagles fans were calling for him to get fired 2 months ago.
I ain't
Guy hasn't
changing-
lost since.
I
He
ain't
knows what's
changing
on
my
the
bet.
line.
I ain't
That's fine.
changing
I
my
don't want
bet.
you to change your
And
bet.
look,
You already said what you said.
I
but
want
I'm good.
everybody
You'll
on the
be Carolyn.
podcast to remember this.
Get the jingle bells ready.
Remember how I fought, even in the last no sweat bets. Remember how
Quiet.
I stuck beside my people in what can just be
I think
classic traditional Patricia fashion, you
I
go against
think-
your teams.
I think LSU
when it
will. I didn't
counts.
say
You don't
that.
even acknowledge LSU.
I think
With your
LSU will
final
win. I
guess
just
on
can't
LSU.
bet on it. I
She
can't bet on it.
She
I'm
thinks they're gonna
I'm
win.
not Charles
And then
Barkley.
when LSU wins, what are you gonna say? You knew it the whole time. You knew it all
No,
along.
I still
put
wouldn't
some
bet on
money on
them.
it. then. Go ahead, put some money on it.
I still would not bet on LSU winning. Do I think they're going to win? Yes. Would I bet on it? No.
Well, may the odds be in your favor.
Same to
May
you.
the Vegas AI be in your favor this weekend, because I got no intention on Carolyn. I mean, I think I got
after
this
the
win.
after that Ravens pick, I'm definitely not caroling. I'm done. I feel really good right now.
You hear that, Lamar? I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna send it to Lamar.
Lamar,
I'm gonna
I
have
love
Rage
you.
in the station manager
Derrick Henry.
send it to Lamar.
You're amazing, Derek. There's a guy coming for your job, and it's Saquon Barkley. All right, he's
We'll
just younger. He's better.
We'll see.
Jalen Hurts. I mean, come on. Okay, do I have to keep going? You want me to keep going? You want me to talk about the defense?
I have a proposal. David, you can say no. I think you'll agree with this.
Okay.
You can tell me no. If David goes 1 for 2 and you go 2 for 2, we're at a tie. Both of you will be at 500. If he loses the Ravens bet, we'll count Eagles for you to win. Y'all agree with that?
Absolutely not.
Can we rock, paper, scissors on it right now?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Someone seems
So-
What type of
scared.
contract negotiation is this? She gets a +1. I don't get nothing if you go 0 for 2. Listen,
I mean, David, you did go on that whole rant about how Daniel Jones was going to have a comeback year, and
Did that not count?
it wasn't a bet.
no.
All right.
Yeah, he
Wasn't
he
bet.
bet the Giants game, and his justification for betting on the Giants was that Daniel Jones was dating Kay Adams and had a beard.
They're definitely not dating anymore.
Well, sometimes, I tell you what, sometimes the 2015 Kia Soul looks a lot like a Scat Pack, looks like a Dodge Challenger when it's coming down the road. But when it gets a little closer, you realize it's a fishbowl. And Daniel Jones was coming down the Belt Parkway. He was coming down the I-10, and I didn't know what it was until it got a little closer. That's on me.
All right, let's figure out a tiebreaker now, so we don't have any controversy.
Tiebreaker.
Like, we can't just rock, paper, scissors? Like, what?
You want to just put it on a wheel and spin it?
Okay, tiebreaker. Can we?
How about this?
Let's decide. Look, we gotta think of something too.
Okay, how about this? Look, tiebreaker. We go back to the first ever episode of the Purple Room, and we'll count those bets, and we'll do that
Yeah, from last
on-
semester or from two
season
semesters.
1. We'll go back to the very first bets on this show. We'll go from there until the tie is broken.
You didn't watch that episode? Like, you have no clue?
I've only counted this season.
Okay.
Okay.
So tiebreaker. We'll go back to episode 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
feel like
fair.
I played it safe on those, so yeah.
That's
Well,
fair.
let's
I'm
do
good
that.
with it.
All
I'm
right.
good with it.
All right.
I don't even
All right.
think we'll get there.
Y'all
honestly.
shake on that right now, just in case.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get
All right,
there.
it's on
'Cause
camera.
I'm winning. I'm going.
It's
2
on
for
the
2.
internet forever. All right.
I don't want.
I'll throw a bet out.
I
Because
don't want.
Patricia wouldn't touch it. I'll take LSU money line, Oklahoma to cover. I think that's what David said.
Yeah.
I think 6 is a pretty big margin, especially after the way both teams played last week. But the only reason I'm gonna go LSU, not the only reason, but one reason is just in the spirit of this being my last episode. A lot of people don't know that Marcus Spears and I actually sat down in the Purple Room and kind of figured this whole thing out. Marcus was the one who really pushed for Tiger TV to have a podcast and kind of laid the foundation for the way we operate and the way we do things. And in the 2003
2003.
national championship, co-national championship, Marcus Spears had a pick 6 that ended up winning the game. I think it was 14-10 against Oklahoma. So in honor of Marcus Spears being sort of a founding member of the Purple Room podcast, I'm going to take LSU to beat the Sooners again.
Okay. Why you look at me like that? I think LSU.
Oh,
gonna win.
nothing.
I love that
Nothing.
bet, Adam. Adam, I think that's great. I think they're gonna win. Couldn't
Shout out
risk
Joe
it.
Tess calling the Georgia game. We got him on the helmet.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Oh,
over here.
there he is. We're obsessed with this Georgia game. Well, I should have bet. Can I bet Georgia Tech to win?
No.
Can that be the
Live
tiebreaker?
betting the
Live
17
betting, come on.
minus 1,200.
So Nebraska.
You make 30 cents off that.
I bet for Colorado to be
Look,
Oklahoma
tell me what this puzzle is on Wheel of Fortune
Yeah,
right now.
there's like,
We're just
what is
watching
this, Clue?
the TV and everybody's
Number
like,
4. Yeah, you guys, we're just
Look,
watching
if
TV
you
at
get
this
it
point.
on the
I
next
guess.
letter that comes out, that'll count as a bet for you.
E.
he is already up.
Well, is there another E? Oh,
Let's see what they
you know
got.
This is too much. I don't even know. I don't know what this says. Renee? I'm not good at this
We
type of
watching
stuff.
Wheel of Fortune. Okay.
I feel
All
like
right,
this
next.
is something we get sued for. That like, oh, live TV and you're on
R.
E.
No.
B.
Never mind.
B. Even Steven. No.
No, it's blank number. So you got even number.
Even number. My brain doesn't work like
This
this.
doesn't even count for your bet anymore. I just
We're
want to
just
know what
watching.
it is.
I could never do one of these things.
Oh, lose a turn?
Oh,
Man, that's tough.
Do you know these things are rigged though? My professor used to work at the boardwalk, and he told me they were all rigged, and they would rig them every night.
I will
Well, I don't
say,
know about these, but
shout out Chris Langley,
That's what
Tiger
I was
TV
thinking of.
legend.
he did. Yeah,
My first producer in Tiger TV. He's at WBRZ now. He was on Wheel of Fortune.
he
He ended up
was.
winning, actually, so shout out to him.
Wait,
Way to
he
go.
won.
All right, we got home number.
Home 1
Is it home or is it N? I got the light right in front of me.
1 even.
Oh, phone number,
Phone. Wow. Phone
even number.
I don't think I understand how this works.
Ooh, bankrupt. Dang, this
would
lady,
suck at Wheel of
this
Fortune.
lady lost a turn and went bankrupt in 2 spins.
I would have quit. Like, this one, I would have left the room.
No, you see, you can't quit. You can't quit like that. You got to be better than that.
I'm sorry for our viewers, but
They're
Yeah.
like, yo, what are
They're
they
like, what are you
doing?
watching? I don't know. I don't think this is Wheel of Fortune. Is it Clue? What is Clue? There's too much. This
while
is
we're
too
waiting
much.
on this to come out, I'm looking at the chat. My high school broadcast teacher, Miss Dutel, is in the chat.
Aw.
So hello, Miss Dutel. It's great to hear from you. Thank you for your kind message. Yeah, it's thank you for supporting. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Me and Ben Rabelais were actually in that class together. Shout out Ben, who was our Tiger
Ben.
TV technical director for a minute. Let's go through some
Love
chats
Ben.
while we're in here. Lewis was in here. Hello, Lewis, our one of our
Wait,
producers.
phone wrong?
Nathan Messina, who will be taking over as the producer of the
Nate,
Purple Room
Nate,
podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all got to
He's
meet Nate.
tuning in from work, so shout out to Nathan.
Wow, what a real
Nathan
one.
says Miss Mary needs season tickets.
Oh,
will-
yeah.
I'll
They gotta
second
hook her
that.
up.
Facts,
And
out there.
Abby Hamrock, another one of our producers, is in the chat. So thank you all for watching.
Salute.
We
Thanks,
went
guys.
to break, and I guess we missed what the answer
It
was.
said like phone 1, phone even or something. It was phone.
It's all blank number. So like phone number, even number. Like it was a crossword, and each one of the words in the crossword was like a phrase. So the top one was phone number, and then the one that was going down was even number. Like it's all blank number.
Okay,
phrases.
then that I think what it was. It just like it showed it real quick and then it went away and I could only see phone and even
Yeah, we
and something
missed
with a W.
Now we got the BK commercial.
It was something with a
BK,
W.
Have it your way.
No, that haunts my
Brian
brain.
Kelly Burger.
Or you get copyrighted for singing the
Yeah,
the
way
Whopper
to go,
song.
Adam. You could hurt our YouTube
But-
channel. No, it'll be fine. We just gave them.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't find me saying this and yell at me, but we did get like a
But-
not a claim on one of these, but a strike. Because one time I thought I had the mics muted before an episode and they weren't. And walk-ons had "Hey There Delilah" playing over the speakers.
No way.
And it picked up for like 30 seconds on the stream, and we got a copyright.
They gonna
strike on it.
find
I had to
those,
go
yep.
and trim it. Yeah.
Well, you know that is a great song. It's a really, really good song. I heard some crazy.
Maybe you could turn
rumor-
that into a Christmas carol.
Yeah, but my voice doesn't go that high. I can't hit "Hey There, Delilah." It's probably why I like
you can
it.
go into class and sing the Whopper song.
I would do that. I would do that one. That'd be better. Or the Sprite Cranberry one. Can you sing that one?
I ain't losing.
I'm a
But I don't got to,
Sprite
but if I do, I will.
No, I would do "Home for the Holidays." I really like that song. Jingle Bells is a classic. War is Over. I don't know the real version of that song, but see, I can't hit that. I can't hit that. I'd do the little see all these things. I can't hit these notes the way that I want to. Like I would love to do a pentatonics Hallelujah. Do you think I can hit that? No. So I gotta do Jingle Bells. That's what I gotta stick with because I can't do anything else.
Keeping it classic.
You know what? LSU is winning right now. This looks like the men's team. I really can't see from here. 67-41. So that only means that LSU women's basketball is going to win on December 1st. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to win this
Can't
thing.
put a bet for LSU football.
Haynes King just got popped.
Be undefeated. Be undefeated.
What? You asking a
Well,
lot.
Women's basketball is undefeated.
Wow.
I can bet on them, and I need safety, okay? I'm not out here going for a 2-point conversion versus Alabama like Brian Kelly. I'm kicking the extra point.
How I see it right now.
Hate me if you hate me.
How I see it right now. You can take that. It's you and the goalkeeper, and you got one other teammate. You could take that pass, and it's a goal. But I'm not taking that pass. I want the goal for myself. So
You're talking about soccer now?
I'm going to shoot. Hey, I got an analogy for every type of
I just want to make
sport.
sure we were talking about soccer now because I was like
Yeah.
goalkeeper. Okay.
You just taking the free throws. I want a dagger. I want a half court 3 to end the game. You playing smart, but I'm playing.
Yeah, but I want to get
just to
ahead.
win.
I want to get ahead throughout the game so that I don't have to rely on a game-winning 3.
We'll see. We shall see.
We
only
will see.
time will tell. The bet is stamped. It's only 1-2 days now for us to see. I tell
Penn
you
State,
what,
do not ruin this for me. Do not
the
ruin this
Ravens
for
have
me.
never had a more vocal fan than they will this weekend. I'm rooting for. What do they say?
Nice
flock,
catch.
flock, Ravens, flock, or whatever they say.
I'm going to
with
send
it.
you the Fly Eagles Fly song. Fly Eagles Fly.
I went to the Pelicans Raptors game and they did the Canadian national anthem for the Raptors, like at a Pelicans
Oh,
game. It was
Interesting.
the same girl too. Like she just sang
Sang
the
both?
Canadian national anthem, went straight into the U.S. one.
That's sick. You know, I've heard people from like other countries on TikTok said that they thought that Whitney Houston wrote the national anthem
Really?
because like it was so good and it just was everywhere that it took like this one girl like 5 years to actually realize it was the American national anthem. But that truly shows just how good of an artist she was. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. Hopefully, the next time you see me, I'm laughing at David and I'm not singing Christmas carols. Adam, you have to sign the helmet. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'll sign by Cindy, so we're not taking up.
Do we have a
valuable
Sharpie
space.
or do we just have this pen? We need a
I'll
Sharpie.
get it later. We'll figure
Okay.
it out.
We'll get it later.
We'll find that Sean.
But we'll get sappy. Adam, seriously, thank you for everything you've done. This podcast really would be nothing without you. You've really built it from the ground up, and we kind of just sat here and said, okay, we'll talk about whatever
you guys
Adam
did a lot.
wants us to talk about. But seriously, you were the backbone of all of this,
Facts.
just setting all of this up, getting all of this every week.
We got to get a cutout of you, Adam.
We
like
do
the
need
in
a
the
cardboard. We need a cardboard cutout of Adam to put in the purple room.
True.
Almost is like in his memory.
We
He's
hanging
still
your
here,
jersey
but
up.
Yeah, we
in
need a
the
sign.
studio.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah,
We'll
we
figure
need
it
a
out.
sign. Can't like what Joe Burrow did, like Gattuso or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that, just sign it.
Oh, that would be fun.
We need Adam to walk out during senior night.
Yeah,
so
we gotta
we're
get
gonna
lucky
arrange
with the
it.
Gattuso
I'll
gold
storm the
jersey
field.
on.
It's my last game. What are they gonna do? Kick me out?
Yeah,
I'll storm the field.
Yeah, storm. What are they gonna do? Not let you graduate? Nah. Fine. They don't let you walk. You got to walk storming the field.
I'll wear
Just
one of those
kidding,
senior
LSU.
sashes, like from prom or whatever, when you like
Yeah.
in high school.
Yes,
That's a good
I love
reference,
all
Georgia.
this.
You know,
No.
I appreciate that, Trish.
No, yeah.
Y'all really have done a lot, though. I couldn't have done any of this without y'all.
Well.
David mentioned it the other day when we had guests fall through. Like, some of our best episodes are when I just tell y'all, like, hey, no guest anymore. Go talk. And y'all have handled everything in stride, and y'all have put in a lot of effort into this. So, this is, look, I will say, too, this is, like, my job in Tiger TV. David's been producing. You've been reporting still. So, the fact that y'all have been able to put so much effort into this, it's been really cool to work with y'all.
It's been a fun semester. It's been like a fun 3 seasons.
Yeah. From
Man.
like in the spring to in the computer,
Facts,
like
to online.
let me shut the
Our
arrow.
40-minute
back in
Zooms
studio.
because I wouldn't pay
Oh,
for
yes.
Zoom Premium.
I forgot we
So
were like,
we would have to set everything up. Fun fact, over the summer, we would have to set everything up, get all the camera, like get everyone setting the camera right, end the Zoom, restart the episode because I have free Zoom and can only go for like 45 minutes.
and then we talk so long, it'd have like a minute left, and I'd be like, all right, David, wrap it up, and David would get, and I'd be like, and that's in the purple room.
I'd be texting and be like, we got 10-minute warning, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and we're trying to get our bets in. Like,
Yeah, be like,
All right, see
that's
you.
been the purple room, bye, and then
And
be
then once
like,
we end
hey,
the
but
call,
we did it every
yeah,
time.
literally, and then Adam would be like, okay, bye, and then I would just hang up, and we'd be like, all right, on to
All
the
right,
next
good
one.
episode, guys.
Seriously, I feel like that's just the best times that you take for granted in the moment, and now looking back, I love that we were able to have a little reminiscing session. That it is.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
seriously, we love Nathan so much. Nathan, we love you. We're so
Oh,
excited to get
Nate.
here. But truthfully, it won't be the same without you, Adam. So
Yeah, take that,
yeah.
mate.
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No
Yeah,
sweat bets now. With
Nathan's
Nathan
going to do a great job with this. I'm super confident in him. Before we do go, the reason I grabbed the helmet, I wanted to run through the names just to give a shout-out to everybody. Tim Tebow, Jordan Rogers, Joe Tess, Reese Davis didn't come on the podcast, but just getting to interact with them this semester was once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'll give the shout-out on that to Miss Cindy Carter right here on the back for helping us set up those experiences in Tiger TV. But we got Trace Young, Caroline Fenton, Preston Guy, Stephen Milam. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Ragin and Kaylee came on this semester, but
I think you got everyone.
we had Giovanni Lamonti last year, Marco Passos.
Yep.
So, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, that's been awesome. This has been great. Reminiscing for sure. We'll do more of it later. But seriously, Adam, we're so happy you were able to join us. This is the final show at Walk-Ons for the semester, so thank you. Big shout out to Walk-Ons. Shout out to all of our sponsors,
sure.
Low and Slow and Southern Air. Thank you all so much for supporting us and allowing this to be what it has become. It's been so awesome. For one last time this semester, I'm Patricia Caputo. He's David Bartholomew. He's Adam Cattuso, who might be a football player right now. Okay, I love it. Hello, Joe Burr. He's got some competition. Heisman, Travis Hunter, watch out. Watch out. Hey, Brian Kelly might call you in for offensive line tomorrow.
Light on that thing.
Well,
this shot.
Adam Cattuso, Brian
in,
Kelly
Coach.
might be calling.
Put him in.
Put him in. David and Adam might need to put in. I'm not getting put
I'm
in.
ready.
I don't have enough faith, apparently, to be put in. That's
No,
fine.
no. Listen.
Hey, put me in as kicker. I'm there. Actually, I want to be like a snap. I want to be like Derek Watt, you know? I want to be like a long
That's life.
snapper.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's real.
All right. Well,
Time to go.
time to go for one last time. I'm Patricia Caputo. He's David Bartholomew. He's our producer, Adam Cattuso. And this has been the Purple Room Podcast, live at Walk-Ons. We'll see y'all next season.
Bye-bye.
Go Tigers.